Alright, so we just did SSD 9 in Twine solo, and I wanted to go and take a look at the aftermath. I haven't done that yet, but we could all do that together. Alright, so the first wave, as with every wave after SSD 3 in Twine, is from the east. This one went pretty smooth. The main bulk of them walk up this ramp, get thrown by the launchers down into the pit, and then they have to walk back around, come back up the ramp, right? Rinse, repeat. Same thing I had done over on B early on. A couple of times ago, they kept breaking this ramp, and originally I had it as the roof slope, and they weren't breaking it. And then eventually, when I put the roof slope there, then they did start breaking it. So then I changed it to stairs, and then they stopped breaking it again. So I'm not sure what happened with the AI, but whatever. This one held out this time. For the last two, it worked out. Can we get a reading on these? No, of course not. How about this? No, no, and no. Okay. So it looks like the wall launchers here got worn off. The floor launcher here. That one got reset. That one's at 29. We'll keep it. Alright, so those are looking pretty good. Not a lot makes it that far. These seem to reset. These have been here since I first came to Twine. So they're low level. I mean, they're not as powerful as the new perked up ones I got. No, any reading? I'm just trying to get some reading. So a little bit of damage there. But I mean, this so far held up pretty nicely. I mean, very minimal effort. I have that there, so if they want to, if that stair breaks, then they punch through that, and then there's a couple of timeout rooms through there, and then they have to walk up that way. But they haven't broken through that. They've all just gone right up the stairs. These were fresh traps here. You can see a bunch of them wore out. Just trying to kill as many on spawn as I can. Get a reading on any of those. Reset. Reset or no one actually walked over there. And what about over here? I might have to tear some of this down because no one actually comes over here, and I need the tiles. So I might like take these two and these two off, and maybe some reinforcements off the back, which is a gamble in itself because then they may see that as a better path to take. All right, so this one doesn't look too bad, right? It's really no damage, easily fixed. The next one we get attacked from, I don't remember which one, but I did know that we'll just go around. I know we got attacked at B from the north side, and the Smashers made it all the way up, and they tore down the foundation. There was much more structure on the top originally, but I tore that down because I needed pieces. But I don't think it mattered. I don't think any witches really did any damage here. No. Alright, and I was throwing these walls up to make the Smashers charge, but as we learned, that's too close to the edge. If it's on the edge, it doesn't work. Like these ones over here would have worked. These would have worked because there's something to stand on the other side. But if it's right on the edge, the Smashers won't charge it. I was trying to get them to jump down there. Can't actually recall if it worked. It's all really a blur. That's like a 50-minute run, and a lot of it's a blur. Alright, there used to be walls all here. And this was boxed off like that with stairs and walls. There was a wall here. They seem to have broken it all. They broke through that. They broke that. I replaced this a couple times. And so a couple of traps wore out. The Smashers broke down these walls. They didn't want to walk around. They were breaking this. That's the problem, is if they live so long. I don't mind up a bunch of these traps. A bunch of these traps. This was the first area amplifier I placed. Right? Yeah. No, it's the second amplifier I placed. But still, these were still early on traps before I really powered everything up. Okay, they broke the stairs here. So I had this, and they broke it. I also had this. I had this underneath originally, and I removed it. Last, on 8, I had this here. I had this here and this here, and they didn't break it. But I needed the tile, so I broke this. And I got rid of it. And that may have been, I think that's the deterrent. It's the 2-ply. That's the deterrent. It seems to be what it is. Or it's just random AI mess. Alright, so this was blocked off too. But they smashed through that. So I'll have to fix all this. I mean, this is all minor. It's not like catastrophic or anything. Can you get a reading on any of these? No. And we normally don't have a lot that goes up this tunnel, but we had a lot that went up here. There was a wall launcher here. It's worn out. This wall launcher is almost gone. That wall launcher is gone. So we actually had a lot. Wow, look at all these traps. And all these little walls we had here. Or that one was gone. Ceiling traps are all gone. Floor traps are all gone. So, yeah, and all this has to be taken out. Because the next wave is 10. And we don't want things like... This is for all the marbles, the next one. Yep, that wall launcher's gone. This one somehow survived. I'll probably just tear it out. Just because I'll tear both those out, put new ones there. Any reading? No. Well, there's a 37 over there. So 50. Alright, so not too bad. And then was there anything on the other side over here? Yeah, so the floor launcher here is gone. There was a slope here and a slope here. No, actually, I don't need a slope there, but I had a slope here. So that's broken. And so this is what the other side looks like. So these gas traps were going off the whole time, so I think that helped a little bit. And they broke. Was it? No, I don't think there was anything there. Alright, so that's that one. Next, we get attacked from the north. Well, I don't know what the order was, but we also get attacked from the north of E. On 8, we were running around like right here, and the flingers were just targeting us the whole time. So this time, I decided to stand way back on the far side, and then kill anything that the flingers flung down there, because we took a little bit of damage on E. I don't think actually anything made it through. They broke it at the end. They broke the roof of it. But before that, the damage we took was just from the bees. It's like the bees were on the outside. If the amplifier was on the other side of this wall, the bees were swarming around their head, and if they're swarming around, they hit the amplifier. That counts as damage. So just the AOE of the bees is pretty bad. So I decided to stay over there and just shoot any bees I saw that landed there. And that seemed to work. A couple of the flingers chased me over there. But it was definitely smoother than 8. I had built this originally on 8 so that they could walk up this way, because they could come from the north, or through the tunnel that's right under here. But then I blocked this off. And I want to see if it held. Because if it held, then I'm going to tear down a bunch of these traps. Because we have... How many tiles do we have left to build with? 328, right? And so it's 329. But that includes traps. One trap counts as one structure, and so does the walls and stuff. So if I take this down, that's actually 2 pieces. So I'm probably going to do that. Maybe get rid of that. Like, tear down all this extra stuff, since they did seem to go through this tunnel. Because we have 328 pieces, but we also have to build the last amplifier. We have to build all the defenses. It can get attacked from, what, 3 sides? Right, get attacked from 3, west, north, and east. So actually, I won't actually repair all that. I actually am just going to tear that down. So we're just going to strip B. And all those pieces are going to be migrated over to here. Oh, and actually that removes... the north spawn point, that being a spawn point for here. So I can tear all this down. So that'll give me so all these pieces and all those pieces will go here. Alright, but let's go look at the trap tunnel itself, where that did all the work for us. This one went pretty smoothly, smoother than last time. So they were trying to get through. Since I did have this as a trap tunnel, I just kind of like left the pieces here, the traps here. So if they did break through, they'd be taking damage. And obviously the ceiling trap got used up here. No one really went over here, though. Alright, so this was the main trap tunnel. They were coming down here. A couple of dynamos wore out. More dynamos wore out. Any reading? See, that one reset, so that's great. Oh, it doesn't matter, right? We're going to tear all this down. 8 uses left. So as this stuff wears out, the monsters can make it a further tile. Normally they were dying on like tile 2 or 3. But as those pieces wore out, they were taking less damage as they entered, so they could make it further along. That one got to 22. They're pretty hardy at this level, right? So I didn't take much damage. A lot of them, they would get here, they'd get thrown all the way back down the tunnel. They'd get here, they'd get thrown to the other side. This would hit, all the stuff would go off. They'd get thrown to this other side, and they would just like ping pong. All right, so we can tear all this down, right? Because I think that removes all the spawn points, because E gets attacked from the west and the north, so I'll remove all the spawn points to here, because the west now attacks G, which we've yet to be attacked there. All right, so this isn't so bad. All right, so then the next one was, or one of the next ones. So let's just go around. That's the best way to go. There's a one of these. Oh no! I missed my jump. Alright, well. Oh, actually. Oh no! I forgot I didn't have the. I had the floor broken like that. Alright, so this one over here got attacked. It was the first time we got attacked. We built it. We built F a while ago. I think for 7, and then it never got attacked, and on 8 it didn't get attacked. So we never got to test how it did. How it would do. And so we had, Smashers did make it through. Smashers took shortcuts. They didn't like following the path, so they would break the walls. So we were patching as we went along. That's what these ramps are. And then we used the David Dean trick of just putting like wood walls at the edge, and maybe quite a lot, 10, 20. So I kind of lost. It's all a blur, to be honest. They just kept running. We just kept throwing them into the lava. A couple Husky Husks made it down, but we actually took 0 damage. We just kept patching the holes so the regular Husk would walk around. We had a couple of lobbers that cycled around to here, so I threw up a lobber shield just so that they would enter that trap tunnel or this trap tunnel, and that took care of that problem. So we'll break all of this to get all these tiles back. But let's see what the trap tunnel looked like. I've not. So dynamo there broken. Dynamo there broken. Did these even get used? I think these might be too high. And if so, I'll break them. I think they're too high. I can't tell if they just reset or they're just too high. So that got used up. That one got used up. Was there another wall here? I don't know if I put another wall here or not. I probably did, and they broke it. Alright, so this one looks like it held out pretty well. What we learned is that the too deep, if they're too deep, if they're 1 tile, 2 tiles, if they go to this 3rd tile, the Smashers do not like that. They do not like that at all. That's why we had those broken walls. It seemed to be they didn't like that. So we're going to have to decide what we want to do about it. I actually didn't know if this would actually work. So I wonder if anything got used over here. Can we get a reading on any of this? 48. I can't tell. Because I'd tear this down. I mean, well, actually it got used. I guess it got used twice. I was trying to see if, like, while they were falling down, I could throw them over here for some extra damage. That's why I didn't put dynamos there or anything. Not a lot made it. That's the other side tunnel that they can come up. Anything? Well, actually, we just throw some wood here. Take a look. Wall launcher gone. Wall launcher gone. A little bit of damage. Fix that. Dynamo's worn out. Dynamo's worn out. It's interesting that the back one don't get worn out, but the sides do. See what I mean? That's all these got worn out. So actually, we had a lot of traffic through here. A lot of traffic. You know what it might have been? It might have been the radius of Machinist Harper's base didn't reach that back wall. It's possible. All right, so people would fall here, and instead of walking this way to come over here, they broke their way through. So we're gonna have to replace that. maybe like that. Right, because they walked over. Yeah, it might be too far. But we'll see. Again, as long as only the smashers make it down, and if there's only 1 or 2 little guys, we can kill them. So this was interesting. So they came up into this room. Wall launcher here, wall launcher here. The wall launchers threw them over here, or they threw the smasher here, and there was a wall there and a wall there. And then the smashers just went, oh, well, I'm not going to walk over there. I'm just going to go straight. And maybe this path is too long, because you can, no, actually, you go this way, and you go down. Same thing, like this was me fixing it on the fly, I think. So not too bad. I mean, this is minimal. We can fix this pretty quick. Maybe it's because of this, where they have to go backwards. So maybe what I'll do is, instead of making that go backwards like this, I'll make it go here. I'll make it go to the right and down. I think that's why they didn't like the pathing, because it seemed to be mostly this side of the tunnel. And then down they go. Did these even get set off? Because it takes a second for them to go off and things are falling. Alright, and then here, then the smashers broke these walls. So again, not too bad of damage. We can change that so that it doesn't make them go backwards. I'm going to put a wall launcher to throw them backwards, but I'll break the side wall so they can walk around. That's probably the best idea. Alright, and then H wasn't attacked. That was the last one we built, so untested. G had never been attacked, untested. This is the first time this one's been attacked, so now that we know what we're dealing with. Alright, so we checked 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's check C over there, and then we'll do D last. Alright, so we took damage there. That's never been damaged before. No one's even ever come over here. Like, these have never been used. Oh, I take it back. Alright, so, some sort of explosions going off. I didn't see this damage originally. Alright, so then they were spawning down here. They were either going over to the right and going up that side tunnel, or through here. There was a dynamo there. We replaced this mid-fight. That's 17 uses left. 23. We replaced some of this stuff. We are, because this was like a wave of 1,000 or something we had to do, I think. 5. So a lot of this is going to have to be torn down. So if anybody wants to donate any metal, I know I have a lot of metal at the moment, but that's not going to go very far. I'm joking. You don't have to donate. No, that has to be taken down. 1 use left. It's like, no, just go off once more, so I don't have to tear down a whole wall. There was a wall launcher here. This one went pretty smooth. This one lasted a long time, but I thought that very confidently it was handled very well. And I was wondering why at the end more and more people were making it around this corner, because this wall launcher's gone. Those 2 wall launchers were gone. Not a lot of people actually come through this one unless we're attacked from the east. So this one held off pretty well. This one I was pretty confident in. We didn't really have a lot of problems. So it looks pretty good. I mean, just a little stuff to tear down. Shouldn't be too bad. It's gonna take me more time to gather the resources. All right, and now this was the one. This was the one where I thought all hope was lost. About halfway through, this is the main tunnel. They spawn here. They walk here. It's pretty much the only path they can take. They go in here. Normally there's a wall here and a ceiling. And there's a wall launcher here and a wall launcher here. I mean, sorry, a wall launcher here and here. And then there's walls like this. And to throw them into throw people into a little timeout room here. This one threw them back outside. They had to walk back in. They walked into this one. They go like that.
What do we got?
We can kind of reshape it. So, okay, we got to fix that. So kind of look like this. But this was the one. This whole main trap tunnel blew up about halfway through. I think I'm not exactly sure, but I think it was like about 500 guys left. Right. And then we had like that. We had that and that. This was me just blocking the path. Alright, so it was kind of like this. And this whole thing, which was, you know, the main bulk of it, this should kill most of the little guys. Everything got blown up. So we'll get rid of that. It's only been used 20 times. Maybe I'll leave it. So they can walk this way, or if they, for some reason, roam over to here and then come in, they have this entrance as well. Yeah, so this whole thing went up. And I watched the replay. I went back and watched the video. And what happened was, it was my fault. It was my mistake. It was a rookie mistake. I knew that there was sploders. We had seen the sploders. That wall right there got broken. And I wanted to go in and fix it. So I ran down here. And when you watch the video, like right here as I run down the stairs, right here there's a sploder. And as I come down, he must have sensed me when I was about here, because by the time I got here, he has his hands in the air and the cake held up over his head and he was about to blow up. So I did not see him. I just saw that. So I threw that wall back, and as I ran back, everything started to blow up behind me, and I didn't catch it all. Yeah, so when that went, I did not think there was a lot of hope for us, because that was the main bulk of the tunnel. Up here, it was entirely gone. Like, all the defense, there was a basic structure around here. There was a room here. Everything got torn down by the smashers over time. And what I was trying to do was trying to make them run off the edge, but I hadn't figured out yet. Eventually, they just became overrun with smashers. A couple of little guys kept making it through, but we were able to stay ahead of them. I made another mad dash back down there to throw up more ceiling traps, more gas traps, to kill the little guys before they could get this far. And I honestly think that that's what kept us in the game, because otherwise I don't think that we would have survived. I was putting the walls, not there. I was putting them like, I did that, and I put it here. And the smashers won't charge it if it's over a cliff edge. So you have to like set them here. That's what we learned. And we learned it on this wave before we had to do it at F, which was great. Because then, when we got to F, we were able to do it very effectively. So the smashers kept running around, breaking everything. They started breaking these walls. And it was very long and took a lot. I kept trying to rebuild here and there. A couple more sploders blew it up again. But we were able to hang on. But yeah, so this was the worst of it. This one got eradicated pretty much. Like, it got leveled. It was raised. I don't think a lot came through here. But that was where I thought that we were in. Where I didn't think that we were going to make it out of it. But we just kept at it. Just don't give up hope. Fortunately, her traps are pretty amazing. Oh, you know what? Her base. You know what? Her base blew up when that ceiling went down, and I never replaced it. Again, I normally don't play a constructor. I never play a constructor. I've only played it like past week or so when I've done the last couple defenses, or last defense. Yeah, 2 defenses. So this is really new to me. So remembering to place your base, or remembering that when the base area is destroyed, you have to replace it. So that actually would have helped us. That would have sped up the whole process a little bit. But yeah, so that's the tour. That's the aftermath. It was kind of insane. It was very fun. I was extremely happy that we were able to do it. I've helped people, you know, when we're all buffed to level 140, and I've helped people defend their base here, 9 and 10. And it is extremely hard with 4 players, everybody with rockets blowing things up. So to not have other people to rely on, or just have to use all traps, it's incredibly difficult. And it takes tons of building and tons of planning. It takes hours and hours and hours. So my respect to everybody who's already done this before. And my thanks to David Dean for his help. I learned a lot from watching his videos. Some of my designs are similar to his, but I vary slightly. Or in that case, a lot. In that case, a lot. Well, that one's kind of similar. Alright, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and check us out on Twitch. We're the same name over there, Mortalak. Alright.